Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to go over all the updates that Auto Layout and Figma have for July 2025. So let's dive into the video. On my screen here, you will see that we're going to be talking about the vertical, horizontal, freeform, and the grid Auto Layout. Let's see how we can build all three of them and what is the purpose of each of these. So the first we're going to do is we're going to copy one of these cards and just drop them in here just for organizational purposes. And we're going to duplicate one of them and just put them in the bottom. Once we combine them all together and click Shift A, we're going to turn this into Auto Layout. How you know you turn this into Auto Layout? First, you will see on the design panel Auto Layout section, and basically vertical has been turned on. And you can see that we have 4 different tabs right now. Because of the position of these 2 cards, this one got turned on automatically. And this is how you turn the vertical on. If you want to use the horizontal one, so the horizontal one can be created in 2 ways. If you're planning a horizontal version of this, you can just create 2 of them, create a Shift A, and 2 cards will be next to each other. You can see here that the icon will appear in here. Because Figma does remember how you position your cards, that's how it determines which function and which direction of the auto layout is going to be used. Another addition to horizontal direction is the wrap. So wrap is right here. So if I click on the wrap, what will happen is it will be turned on, and the moment I copy and paste the third one, it will continue lying out until I decide to fix the width. So the moment I make the width smaller compared to these 3 cards, the third card will wrap. So if I copy and paste, you will see the 5th one will be also placed in the bottom. Now going to the free form, this one is pretty simple, so I will just duplicate this one and move it to the free form. In here I can click on the first icon here, which is called free form. Once I click on this one here, basically what it means is that all the auto layout features have disappeared. So if you see here on what we had earlier, we had this box here where it basically represents the alignments, and we have all the gaps and all the paddings. But the moment we switch to a free form, it basically all of those options disappear. The only thing that stays here is the width, height, and gaps between the tops and the bottoms. And this only really works if all these cards are equally the same. Freeform also is known as previously used as a group. So you probably noticed that the moment I change it to the free group, all the way here on the left panel, you notice that the icon changes and this becomes a frame. The moment I switch this to horizontal, you can see the icon will change into the auto layout. And of course, you can move these cards as you like. And when it comes to the grid, so we're gonna copy all these 4, move them all the way here, and actually align them to be all perfect. This might actually be the automatic grid. If not, it will probably turn into a horizontal. So let's do Shift A. So what happens, it will turn into the horizontal with the wrap as expected. Now, because we have these 4 cards, all we can do is click on the grid. Once we click on the grid, it recognizes 2 times 2 is because we had 2 by 2. In case we had 3 by 2 and we made an auto layout and we turn it into the grid, then it would be 3 times 2. What can happen is that we can also change this by clicking on here and say, let's say 2 by 3. Now if this happens 2 by 3, there are a couple of things that we have to change this in here. Because it's still in a beta version, so it doesn't automatically changes and reshift everything, so we have to do the reshifting on our own. So the first thing we can do is we can take this one from here, we can delete these 2 from here and go over here and then change it to 3. And now if we do this, now because there's no more 2 here, then now we can copy this one and just move it to this one and move it to this one here. Now with grid, one of the things that you can control is you can control their width. So I would suggest that select all 6 of them and go into the auto layout and change the width to fill. And then for the height, you can also do the same. So now if I change the size of this card, this frame 4, then we all great. Now if you want individually to actually make a fix to this particular row, then you can just click on the auto, click on this, the auto, and just go over here and just change the height. You can do the same thing for these ones. You just click on the auto and will determine how much you want the height to be for each row. You can also control the gaps between the columns and between the rows. So in this case, it's going to be, let's say, 50, and then this one is also going to be 50, and that will kind of determine how the grid is working. Remember, this is still in the beta, so not everything works perfectly. Another thing, let's say if you decided you want to have only one card on the second row, you can delete this one from here. You notice how this won't shift on the top because it allows you manually to decide how it's to be done. So now I can just slightly move this one into this fourth card, and the moment I went inside here, it basically says a width. All I can do is I can say fill the container, can go back, but then I can go over here and move it to the very end, and it will automatically say fill the container. So now the whole thing is inside here, and now if I move it, you can see that it's fully responsive. If I decide to copy this one time, we'll do this. It will basically repeat the same thing. So this will be the full update on Auto Layout for July 2025. I hope you like this video. If you have any additional questions, feel free to leave comments in the bottom, and any other suggestions of what other kind of videos you like to see. Thank you for watching this video, and see you soon.